Hey Sagittarius, it's Amanda here with your Teen RuneScope. If this is your first time stopping by, thanks so much for finding me here on YouTube. And if you like what you see, if you find I'm connecting with your energy, and the best way to figure that out is to watch the videos for previous months, as there's about a 3-month window on either side of these readings since they're for some people. So definitely encourage you to check those out to see if I'm connecting with your energy. If I am, please do click the subscribe button. That will ensure that content usually goes to your subscription feed when YouTube's working correctly. You can also click or tap the little bell to set up notifications if you want to be alerted whenever I upload new videos. But if you would like something far more specific, you can always check out the video for your rising sign as well. And in fact, I encourage you to do so. That is more specific to your personal chart. But if you would like a reading that's all about you, take out all the guesswork about what applies to you and what applies to the other Sagittarius that are watching, just set up a private consultation with me. I do those on Skype. They're $. Just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You will find that here in the video and also below. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot. This is by Luigi Scapini. And then as always, please join me over on the Vimeo channel for part 2. I will be pulling one card from the Viking cards by Gudrun Bergman and Oliver Gudlagsen for your spiritual guidance for the month of March. Your teen love reading is over there, as well as your teen career RuneScope. Don't forget your teen general reading. General RuneScope is right here on YouTube. Just go to the main channel page and click the videos tab, or you can click the link here in the video. Let's jump in and see what holds for Sag. I'm trying to get away. All right, what do we got, Sag? Pretty straightforward so far. Okay, challenge or focus for the month. That's where we start here. Got the 6 of Swords. Your challenge is moving out and moving on here, Sag, in some way. For many of you, this could have something to do with a relationship or a partnership. It could be a business partnership. It could be a job. Because with the runes, that will come up as partnership in any form between you and a company or you and another person, business or personal. So the 6 of Swords is about leaving troubles behind. So there's an element of I've been unhappy here, or this has been emotionally tumultuous for me in some way. So in order to get out of that or leave that behind, I've got to move. I've got to go to another job. I've got to leave this relationship. And it'd be based on things that were previously hidden. So, I mean, this could be things like if it is the job situation, it could be things that people were trying very hard to hide, right? And now it's coming out, maybe that there are going to be layoffs, or that, there aren't going to be raises, or there aren't going to be promotions, or, there's something with, this is like nasty secrets coming out. So this is always like stuff we didn't know, but we needed to know. And now we know it. And now we need to get out of here. Could also be, especially if you are just getting to know somebody, or you were, you've been dating for a while, but you were still in that kind of getting to know you phase. You kind of finding out something about somebody that you just can't work with. We all have deal breakers, and it's different for everybody. This could also be somebody like a side of them, not necessarily like a secret, although that's, it could just be like a side of their personality that is particularly nasty or doesn't mesh with us. And it could be the first time that you're seeing this side of them, or maybe you're seeing someone clearly for the first time based on something they did or something you find out that they did. So yet not all Sagittarians is this going to be like I'm being cheated on or somebody's lying to me. It could also be, though, a boss or somebody or a situation at work or a company that's maybe going bankrupt and soon going to be closing its doors, and you finding out about it and you're like, oh, I got to get out of here. But your challenge is to leave this situation behind, Sagittarius. So there may be something that keeps you sticking around. Maybe you haven't found the right job. Maybe you can't leave in March. You want to, but you have to find the right job. If it's a person, it's going to be up to you to figure out why you're sticking around. If someone has deceived you in some way or lied to you, or you can't live with this, what's the point of sticking around? This could also be a side of yourself coming out, Sagittarius. Again, these energies can always work both ways because these are general readings. So this could be like, somebody saying, I can't live with that. Maybe you're gone too much. For some of you, maybe you travel for work and this is somebody who's very kind of maybe clingy, codependent energy and they can't deal with that. And you're like, that's the essence of Sagittarius, right? I'm not saying that you can't be in a relationship. You absolutely can with the right partner, but it has to be a partner that allows you to be your Sagittarian self. You are the seekers of the zodiac. You have to be given room to explore and, not feeling imprisoned. That's not going to work for you in a relationship. So if you've been getting to know somebody and you're starting to kind of feel like boxed in or like you're smothered, I'm just feeling like I'm having trouble breathing here. So I'm feeling like some of you are feeling smothered by someone or smothered by responsibility or maybe anxiety about the interview process of finding a new job or anxiety about a job offer that does come in and you'd be concerned about, I don't know if I should take this. That's another way this could be working. There'd be a job offer that would require you to travel for work a lot or to move to another location. Relocation may be on the table with a new job offer. And you'd be like, oh God, scared of the hidden stuff. Like, is there something I don't know? But it would get me out of a negative situation or get me out of a situation where I was feeling, that has been crazy, but at least it was a crazy that I knew and expected. But so yeah, for some of you, this hidden stuff or the nasty secret energy could just be like you envisioning this and making it up. And it's feeding your anxiety about making a big shift or change or even an actual move here. So that's your challenge, overcoming that in some way, moving on to greener pastures, better pastures, whether it's a job or a relationship. Now, in the general energy in the present, so this would be like end of February, maybe moving into March or whenever you're watching this video. I've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this is saying all is not lost or, whatever was a disappointment or whatever did have you upset. I was saying, wait for it. You're going to see the reason for it, or you're going to see that, there's no reason for regret. There's no reason for looking back on the past. For some of you, maybe you're looking at this relationship and you're thinking about getting out now. And it's like, regret of, yes, I have to end this, but I feel bad about hurting this person, or I'm sorry it didn't work out. Well, everybody feels that way, but not everything is forever. I feel like many of you have someone else, and we'll talk about why here in a minute. I feel like many of you have someone else that you are wanting to be in relationship with, and maybe you're in a relationship already or dating somebody. Not all of you will be in a serious partnership, although Gifu normally is like it's been solidified in some way. You're probably, or at least they thought, exclusively dating, but there's someone else around that you feel is more like you. It would be maybe a more emotionally stable partnership or relationship. So, or that's what you want with I was. And you can have your goal. Like you can be in a relationship like that. You can be with someone like that, but you have to make room for it. The universe, that's why a lot of people who go from partner to partner, like I'll be with this partner unless someone better comes along, and then someone better comes along, maybe that looks better or whatever. But the thing is, when people who do that normally find they just keep dating the same person over and over again because they're not allowing the universe to a vacuum to fill, right? And they're not spending any time on their own getting to know themselves and who they truly are. And until you know who you truly are, you have no idea who you really want and who will work with you. What kind of partner will fit with you if you haven't spent any time alone getting to know yourself, if you always have to be in partnership with whoever just happens to be around. I was saying, if you stay in a negative partnership just so you don't have to be alone, or stay with somebody that is not going to be a long term, you're not going to marry this person, or you don't want to be married to this person anymore, or you can't be married to this person anymore, you're going to be able to reach your goal if you leave that situation without another lily pad to hop to. The ultimate risk, right? And Sag, you're a fire sign. Nobody's better at taking risks than fire signs. So whatever this is you're wanting to leap out of, I keep seeing a frog, like, yeah, leaping from, it's time to make the leap. Same with job. You know, you're not going to regret it. It's like this fear of regret, I feel, when I make this change, no matter how it's working out for you. And if I make this change, I'm going to regret it. I was saying, no, you have a ton of protection around you. You're supposed to make this change. It's your life's purpose to make this change. And if you don't do it, the universe will step in and do it for you. So you're just kind of delaying the inevitable. And, you know, you got 2 major arcana in your reading, Sagittarius, which tells me this is a big month. The help that's going to be available to you is the Magician, standing on your own, controlling your life, taking the power back from me. I, one, is the Magician, not anybody else. Who cares what anybody else wants? This is about what I want. This is about what I need. This is about who I want and need. Your intuition is off the charts also, Sagittarius, and just this feeling of suffocation, the feeling of not being able to breathe. You know, if someone or somewhere, if it's a job that's doing that to you, you don't need anyone else's opinion. You don't need anybody else's advice. You don't need more time. It's time to make a decision. The Magician is all about, you have everything you need to get out of this, to move forward, to do what you need to do. Ansu's in the reverse is indicating how someone is communicating with you verbally may be the last straw. And so if someone says something hurtful to you, or if you're seeing a sign to somebody that they were hiding, you're seeing it now so that you can make this informed, correct decision on your own. And not only are you going to be fine, you're going to be glorious with the Magician. You don't, if it's a job that you're leaving to go to another one, you don't need any more education. You don't need any more experience. You don't need to seek anything else out for the position that will be coming in for you. If it's something that's already on offer or will be offered in March, you don't need any other qualifications. They wouldn't have hired you if they felt that you couldn't handle the travel, or if that you couldn't handle the relocation, etc. Now, some of you go on a job interview in March that you feel like you bomb. You're just like, oh God, that was so terrible. And, or maybe you had to take a test. This could be a placement exam or something like that. Although with the Magician, that normally says to me, your education is done. You don't need any further. But I know that all jobs can sometimes these days require you to do testing and, endless rounds of things like that. So you have felt like on something like that, some sort of entrance test or something you did wrong. Oh God, I bombed that. You're going to find out that you did okay. Maybe better than okay with the Magician sitting here. And anything that you do bomb, if you do happen to go on a bad interview, that wasn't the right job for you. That wasn't the right place for you. But I feel like for any of you, this is just somebody saying something to you, or, an argument that takes place, or a disagreement, or somebody giving you bad news about the company you're working for. This is all an impetus to get you to make that leap. Now, what must be accepted about the moon? So the moon is about secrets and hidden things. Hiding. Someone's hiding something. Again, it's very similar to Pedro. But Pedro is saying in the reverse that these secrets will come out. But yes, someone is hiding something from you because it would hurt you, or you are doing that with them, Sagittarius. Again, energies can work both ways. So you could be hiding, for those of you that are married or in a partnership, maybe it's just, you applied for a job in a different location and you hid that from your partner because you didn't know if you would get it. Well, now you're getting it. And now you're like, oh God, I have to tell my husband or wife that I applied to this job, and we have to talk about, maybe they don't want to move, or that they, are not going to like it that you have to travel a lot, if it's just like a lot of travel going on. Or it could be someone else that you're hiding, Sag. Because the reason that I say that is your outcome for the month of March is the Queen of Cups. So this is a water sign energy. Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, Sun or Rising. Does not have to be a female in these general readings. In a private reading, it would definitely be female, but in these readings, it could be male or female. This is someone you want a new beginning with or will be pursuing a new beginning with at the end of the month. Is it someone brand new? For most of you, yes. And I feel like this is something that probably started out as a friendship. This could be a long distance relationship. It could be somebody that you've rekindled with from your past, but they don't live near you. But I feel like for you, this is someone new that you meet at a very creative place or when you are pursuing something creative that you love, a creative hobby. So maybe you are, maybe you're just going to see a band that you really like, or, you're going to see a movie that you're really wanting to see, or you're going to some festival or a class even, involving something creative that you do. It's something you enjoy a lot though, with Canis. Something that's very satisfying to you. Either listening to this, seeing this, being a fan of this, creating this yourself. So this could be somebody new that you're meeting in pursuit of a creative hobby, Sagittarius. But for many of you, I feel like this is somebody that, it's been a friendship, but you want it to be more. But for some of you, you're involved. There's someone else in the picture here that you have to consider. And for some of you, maybe you did apply for a job where this person lives because you thought, hey, well, that'll get me out of here. For those of you that there's no one else around, it could be that through this, once you leave this negative situation, this job, and start this new one, this could be somebody that you're working with. Or once you leave this relationship that's not working for you, you will meet this person. In the springtime, Canis has associations with springtime. So again, as I was talking about at the beginning, we've got a 3-month window in these general readings on either side. So for you, this person could be coming in 1-1. That's our spring time frame. Anytime between now and then. Not all of you will meet this person. But for others of you, I feel like he or she is already around and you want to be with this person. There's something there's some loose ends you got to wrap up first, perhaps involving another relationship and, bringing that to an end. But as I mentioned at the start, meet me over on Vimeo now. I'm going to shuffle the Viking cards. I want to see if we can get more wisdom and guidance on this hidden stuff. Like, who's hiding it? Is it you? Is it someone else? And what their spiritual advice is for you to handle this energy in the month of March. So the link again is below. I'll see you over there. And don't forget to check out your teen love reading, also over on Vimeo, and your career reading for teen. Probably hold more information about both of these scenarios we talked about, whether it's job or love that you are wrestling with. Be sure to check those out. I will see you over on Vimeo, and I'll see you back here next month.